some point in every child's life, they all daydream about having superpowers. From being able to fly to super strength or seeing beyond the natural senses. If you had the choice, who would choose to be ordinary? Now, that's child stuff, or is it? Maybe superpowers are more than just for comics. People with real, unique, astonishing superpowers are out there, and their amazing feats have been caught on camera. Are you ready to meet these real-life Avengers? Let's get it on. If you're a comic book fan, you might know a thing or two about Spider-Man. One of his villains is known by the name Electro, whose powers are, you guessed it, based around electricity. From Serbia, Slava Sopacic is known by his stage name, the Battery Man. You don't get a name like that for no reason. His viewers know Slavasa is a man who manipulates electric currents, often through his strange, fantastic body. He holds the world's record for the fastest time to heat a cup of water. He gets it up by channeling 20,000 volts in 1 minute and 37 seconds. Not only that, but he can light light bulbs and cook sausages with his bare hands too. He can even ignite a fuel-soaked cotton ball from his forehead by sparking electricity through it. His next record will be charging up through a 1,000,000-volt generator and shooting sparks out of his hands. Handshake results may vary. Often in the movies and comics, the superhero's powers are revealed in the height of turmoil or desperation. That's much like how Yodi Raj found about his too, though rather than to save his life, it was going to be to end it. No matter the intention, his climbing sparked something within. It became and inspired his passion for climbing. Quickly, he became known to local people as the Indian Spider-Man. This fantastic skill was honed in by watching how monkeys climb. Quickly, he realized he had no fear of heights whatsoever. The higher he climbed, the more he cemented this feeling. And in that fateful day that almost ended it all, it triggered something in him. His jumping is different from others, not an act of a daredevil, instead a man who climbs naturally, without harnesses or protective gear. He's so confident in his climbing ability that he doesn't believe he needs them. He's armed with his hands, a bag of chalk to help his grip, and $200 specialty climbing shoes. Zhang Shitsu may not be the first thing you picture when you talk of the Hulk, but there's something unique about his skill. It comes from a rare condition called congenital insensitivity to pain, CIP, which allows him to do amazing things without the drawback of pain afterward. It's incredible what people can do. What may have been a limitation to some becomes another superpower, affectionately referred to as Asian Hulk. One thing he's very good at is smashing things, from karate chopping rocks and bricks clean in half, busting open metal pipes with his shin, or bending wrenches in half with a swift kick. Chances are you never want to square up against Zhang in a fight because we all know who's gonna win. This is more than Ant-Man's clever gadgetry giving him the ability to control ants in the field. Norman Gary is something else altogether. When bee experts call you the foremost expert on bees, you know you're good at what you do. His entire life has been devoted to his little pollinator buddy's habits, lifestyle, and everything in between. What gets the audience going is when Norman shows off his extraordinary skill to usher 100,000 bees onto his body and not suffer a single sting in the process, all while communicating with the swarm. He's known to bend yellow and black bugs to his will too, believe it or not. Norman cites his greatest achievement as directing a single bee to follow a precise path, making several 90-degree turns before moving under the collar of Agent Scully's jacket during the filming of an episode of X-Files. Norman does a mixture of bee psychology and a queen bee pheromone formulation of his creation. You may not think the ability to talk to fish is the most important or influential ability. Many people look down on it when discussing other superhuman abilities, but not Christina Zanotto. Her unparalleled connection with sharks is beyond amazing and a surprisingly handy skill to have. For more than 25 years, she's been diving with sharks in the Bahamas, to the point she knows the local population of reef sharks better than anyone else. Fiercely protective, Christina thinks of them as her children, taking good care of them to ensure they're thriving. She's removed hundreds of hooks from their mouths, never once balking, even when she has to reach her hands deep into their multiple rows of teeth, and to this day has never been bitten. The sharks don't flinch, and they don't fuss. They allow her to take care of them and seem appreciative of it. Honestly, if anyone could talk to fish, it should be her. Master Ang Hui Ho has more power in his finger than many of us have in our entire bodies. That's not some exaggeration of sorts, not really. Kung Fu Master Ho Ang Hui has spent his whole life training his body, mind, and breath, and this power is concentrated into a single, awesomely powerful finger. Does this sound far-fetched? Maybe. But he's done it. The measurement for finger strength is coconut, it seems, holding the world record for cracking 4 coconuts in just 12 seconds. Master Ng is even able to pierce a much harder green coconut and drink the juice from it. On the streets of Malaysia, he can be found performing for tourists in exchange for a coin when they want to see how a man can feed his family using just one finger. His finger may look the part, gnarled and a little mangled, but he began his training at age 17, jabbing and poking at palm trees. It seems the work has paid off though. No matter the humble beginnings, a jab like this could probably break through a human skull. Better not push him too far if you know what's good for you. Strength isn't just a measurement of what you can lift, as what's the point in being strong if you also aren't durable? Amandeep Singh is like Superman in many respects. He has the muscles, the toughness, the grit. He dreams of being the world's strongest man, though the way he's gone about it is a bit unorthodox to most. While he could do things like lift a motorcycle over his head or pull cars filled with people, this isn't the awe-inspiring part. He can lift a full-grown man just by his teeth. A day of training for the real-life Man of Steel involves getting his buddies to help him perform insane feats like being hit with planks of wood, lengths of steel, or sledgehammers. To wind down, he has them drive a car over his body over and over again. A lifetime of practicing Sikh martial arts, Amandeep claims to have conditioned both body and mind. He doesn't feel pain. It's incredible what the body can do without that one limitation and a lot of work. For some people, gravity seems to be a mere suggestion. When watching Dmitry Politov, you can't help but draw parallels to Daredevil, watching his acrobatic stunts on the pole. As a performer for Cirque du Soleil, he is no stranger to stunts, on and off camera. They had to expressly forbid him while traveling from doing anything over the top or dangerous. He didn't listen, but the fact they tried is cute. People like Dmitry exist on another plane of existence. Can you even imagine reaching over a railing and being steady enough not only to do a one-handed handstand, but suspending your body in the air as you lean your entire being over the drop? He's mocking gravity if you ask me. None of this is even to mention his skills on the pole, twisting and turning like he's in charge. Being a performer will do that, certainly, but there's something more to it, something very compelling. Lucas Natovny's what Hawkeye in the Marvel movies might be if he was real. Not only can this man hit a bullseye on a target like it's nothing, but with such inhuman accuracy, even while riding horseback, galloping past the targets. This is the stuff of legends. Horseback militiamen taking down whole armies. It's a fantastic mix of reflexes, immeasurable talent, keen eyesight, and an affinity for archery that we can otherwise only see in the movies. Lucas can hit moving targets coming from the opposite direction as if it's nothing. It just goes to show, superheroes aren't just for the uber strong or those with strange abilities. The way he moves is something straight out of a comic book. Strap him in and we have an Avenger ready to go. Cyclops earns his place on the X-Men with his laser beam eyes, which is very cool and all, but he does a fair bit of destruction with them. What if you could create instead? Enter the strangest entry on the list, but also the most creative. This one might be more surprising than the last, as Leandro is a man of art. How many people can say art is their superpower? Not many, but probably even less can say, I can shoot paint out of my eyes and create art with it. That's not an exaggeration either. People everywhere can create different kinds of art, but no one quite like Leandro. To make his one-of-a-kind masterpieces, he takes in a mixture of ink paint diluted with saline through the nose and uses his skill to push it out through his Eucastian tube in his eye. Amazingly, this is now how he makes a living, because there is art out there for everyone, and his works are undoubtedly unique enough. Upon first glance, you might not think these unique skills and abilities are otherworldly, but there's certainly something very familiar about them. If people with superpowers did exist, like the Hulk or Spider-Man or Hawkeye, do you think they'd be superheroes or just everyday Joes with outstanding skills? It's something to think about. Now, if you like these videos and want to see more, then make sure you leave us a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on post notifications to be the first to watch all our new and exciting videos. I will be replying to every comment on this video as well, so good luck.